जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय 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 राम जय जय
అమ్మా மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே, பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே. மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே, பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே. வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே, வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே. மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே, பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே. ഒരു നോയും തീണ്ടാമലണை போட்டு தாயே நதி காய நேராமல் நேரோட்டு தாயே நன்னிலம் பார்த்த நீயே எளியோர மகிழ்வாக்க வழி காட்டு தாயே வலியோர்கள் வாட்டாமல் வகை காட்டு தாயே என் வளமான தாயே பசிதாகம் காணாமல் பயிராக்கு தாயே ரசிப்போர்கள் செவி தேடி இசை போட்டு தாயே இசை பாட்டு என்றென்றும் இனிப்பாக்கு தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே புகழ் செல்வ நலம் கல்வி குறையின்றி வாழ புவி மீது இறைஞானம் இமையென்றும் ஆள பொன் குறையாமல் வாழ அருளோடு பொருள் பேத அறிவோடு ஞானம் தெளிவோடு தினம் காண நிலை வேண்டும் வேண்டும் அது திரளாக வேண்டும் பல வீடு பல நாடு பல தேசம் என்று உணராமல் வாழ்வோரை ஒன்றாக்க தாயே உறவோட மகிழ்வோர் இமை மாற்ற தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே வரம் தரும் வணங்கினோ அம்மா மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே ഒരു നോയും തീണ്ടാമലണை போட்டு தாயே நதி காய நேராமல் நேரோட்டு தாயே நன்னிலம் பார்த்த நீயே எளியோர மகிழ்வாக்க வழி காட்டு தாயே வலியோர்கள் வாட்டாமல் வகை காட்டு தாயே என் வளமான தாயே பசிதாகம் காணாமல் பயிராக்கு தாயே ரசிப்போர்கள் செவி தேடி இசை போட்டு தாயே இசை பாட்டு என்றென்றும் இனிப்பாக்கு தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே புகழ் செல்வ நலம் கல்வி குறையின்றி வாழ புவி மீது இறைஞானம் இமையென்றும் ஆள பொன் குறையாமல் வாழ அருளோடு பொருள் பேத அறிவோடு ஞானம் தெளிவோடு தினம் காண நிலை வேண்டும் வேண்டும் அது திரளாக வேண்டும் பல வீடு பல நாடு பல தேசம் என்று உணராமல் வாழ்வோரை ஒன்றாக்கு தாயே உறவோடு மகிழ்வோர் இமை தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே வரம் தரும்
श्री राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम
Why two today? Why two today? Yesterday is only one.
One is for her YouTube, one is for the speakers.
Why YouTube channel? On some days it is there, some days it is not. What are you are doing?
It's for doing something.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Reduce. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam. Namaskaram. So we are moving to 16th chapter. Chapter 16 of the Bhagavad Gita, Devasura Sampat Vibhagayo, Deva Asura. It explores the two forces that shape every human being, the Devi and the Asuric, divine and demonic qualities. These tendencies are not external labels, but inner patterns that influence how we think, feel, and act. Gita urges us to observe them honestly, not to judge, but to grow. This chapter offers a clear map of inner development. Divine traits like truthfulness, fearlessness, compassion, humility, self-control are qualities that uplift and liberate. In contrast, traits like arrogance, greed, anger, deceit bind us in suffering and confusion. The Gita teaches that transformation begins not by rejecting the world, but by refining ourselves within it. In our daily lives, these qualities quietly shape every choice. A lie told for ease, a selfish gain, or indulgence at the cost of well-being, these reveal Asuric tendencies. On the other hand, refusal to compromise integrity, an act of compassion, or silent self-discipline express Devi nature. Chapter 16 invites us to become conscious of these inner movements and make choices that align with Dharma. This booklet presents 10 real-life stories paired with key slogas from chapter number 16, whether it is student facing ethical pressure, a teacher quietly doing good, or a leader consumed by greed. Each anecdote reflects how the Gita insights remain deeply relevant today. These stories show that divine qualities are distant ideals. They are lived through small but powerful choices made every day. The Gita reassures us we are born with divine potential. With awareness and effort, we can nurture what uplifts and release what binds. In doing so, we align with our true nature, regain clarity, and walk the path of inner freedom. Let us approach chapter number 16 not as a list of do's and don'ts, but as a mirror to reorganize, refine, rise. For when we choose consciously, even simple actions become sacred steps on the journey to self-mastery. Insights that kindle. Truth is a form of worship. A spiritual life is not proven through declarations, but through consistent alignment with Dharma, especially when no one is watching or when doing the right thing is at the cost of something important. Choose integrity over convenience. True compassion is universal. It arises from the recognition that all lives are equally important. True strength expresses itself as care, compassion. Care, compassion is a natural expression of our higher self. Goodness radiates from within, touching others through calm presence and unwavering character. Divine qualities are lived without expectation. Goodness creates ripples beyond the moment. Divine and demonic tendencies coexist. Transformation is a daily practice. Nurture what uplifts, release what binds. Awareness is empowerment. Observe our inner weeds without judgment and uproot them. What we withhold out of insecurity shrinks us. What we give with trust expands us. Devi traits like charity and fearlessness widen our inner space, while Asuri traits shrink it. The joy of living comes from the essence, not the embellishments. True bondage is the inability to content. True bondage is the inability to be content, always needing more, even when the present is enough. Peace comes not from having the best, but from not needing to compare. Greed is a self-perpetuating cycle. Our lived values are louder than our spoken values. Normalizing wrongdoing corrupts the moral compass. Temptation often comes cloaked in justification. Discipline is a daily practice, not a one-time achievement. Mastery over external situation begins with mastery over inner impulses. Inner discipline, prayer, meditation, reflection is how we keep our values clear, mind clean, and our spirit calm. When we pause, realign, reconnect with inner values, life begins to flow again, clearer, lighter, and freer. Right action is not about what feels easy, it is about what feels true. What glitters is not always gold. Long-term growth often comes from less glamorous beginnings. After a hectic tour, Shantanu, the owner of a coffee plantation, reached his home at midnight. When he went to the washroom, he found a cobra there. On seeing Shantanu, the snake in its excitement went into the commode, which was connected to the septic tank, and naturally slipped into it. Shantanu realized that cobra would not survive in that condition. With a deep concern, he immediately came out, tried to remove the slab covering the pit. His friend Gopalan, noticing the light in the washroom and sensing something unusual, rushed to help. Gopalan held the torchlight, assisted the rescue operation. Using a ladder and a jute bag, they carefully guided the cobra to climb up, and finally it was safely pulled out. As soon as it was out, cobra slithered away into freedom. The meticulous care and compassion shown by Shantanu for the life of the cobra reflected fearlessness born of purity and compassion as described in Shloka 1 of chapter number 16. Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi, Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, Dhanam Damascha Yajnascha, Swadhyayastapa Arjavam. Fearlessness, purity of heart, steadfastness in the yoga of knowledge, alms-giving, control of the senses, sacrifice, study of the Shastras, straightforwardness. Shantanu's act reflects Abhayam. He did not panic on seeing the cobra. His response came from Sattva Samshuddhi, purity of mind, a genuine concern for the snake's life rather than fear or aggression. His straightforward action, Arjavam, showed clarity and sincerity in dealing with the situation. Abhayam. Shloka number 2, Adherence to Truth. During his visit to Badrinath, beloved Papa Swami Ramdas encountered a large crowd at the temple entrance. A side door was reserved for the sick. Two pandas stood there managing the entry. Papa approached the door hoping for darshan. One of the Pandus asked, "Are you ill?" Papa replied, "No." Pandu then suggested softly, "They say you are, then say you are. Then you can enter." Papa bowed his head and said firmly, "Never. Ramdas will not seek the darshan of the Lord through falsehood. To lie is against God's will." With that he turned to leave. Moved by his Papa's integrity, the Panda caught his hand, led him inside with reverence, and ensured he had darshan and prasad. Commitment to truth, even in the face of denied access, demonstrated that genuine devotion does not compromise integrity. In the end, it was his truth that opened the doors, not a lie. This incident beautifully echoes Bhagavad Gita teachings from Shloka number 2 in chapter number 16, where the Lord described the qualities of one who is divine in nature. Ahimsa satyam akrodam tyagashantir apaishunam dayabhudeshu aloluttam mardavam hri achapalam. Non-violence, truthfulness, absence of anger, renunciation, peace and absence of crookedness. Beloved Papa's refusal to utter a falsehood, even for a noble purpose, shows how Satyam is the very breath of divine living. His integrity reflected the Devi Sampath, where devotion never separates from righteousness. Here the first one also, non-violence. Dayabhudeshu, that has not been mentioned here. Note down. Sloka number 2, English translation, Dayabhudeshu, that is. And it can be connected to the first one also, because Bhudeshu Daya, you know. Daya for the entire creation. And Ahimsa, truthfulness. Let us see how we can interchange this. Shloka number 3, Prakash, a school teacher, was known for his quiet dedication to his students. He regularly extended a helping hand to those who struggled.
What is the title, Swami? Goodness, Caption.
Goodness. He regularly extended a helping hand to those who struggled not for recognition but out of genuine care. Years later, one of his former students, now a renowned scientist, returned to express heartfelt gratitude. "Sir, your words changed my life. You believed in me when no one else did." Prakash simply smiled and said, "I never kept track of whom I helped. Doing good itself is the reward." This simple exchange reveals a profound truth. Cultivating divine qualities within ourselves brings a fulfillment that no external achievement can rival. This is described in chapter number 16, Shloka number 3. Tejakshama dhridi shaucham adroho natimanita bhavanti sampadam devim abhijadasya bharata. Radiance, forgiveness, fortitude, dhriti, purity, freedom from malice, absence of haughtiness. These, O Bharata, belong to one born with divine qualities. When virtues like kindness, forgiveness and humility become part of our character, they generate a self-sustaining wellspring of happiness and meaning. The joy of goodness lies not in applause or reward, but in the transformation it brings within. The Gita reminds us that the real reward of goodness is the blossoming of these divine qualities, which uplift not only our lives, but also those around us. In nurturing these virtues, we discover that. We move to shloka number 5. Just as a plant needs sunlight, water, nutrients to thrive, it must also be protected from weeds that compete for these essentials and hinder its growth. Regularly removing weeds is crucial for the plant's healthy development. In the same way, our inner growth depends not only on cultivating noble virtues, but also on consciously uprooting negativity from our life. Virtues such as truth, compassion, and self-discipline nourish and elevate the mind, while tendencies like greed, anger, and arrogance act as weeds, draining our energy, stunting our growth. A refined mind, like a well-tended garden, chooses to nurture what uplifts and to remove what restricts. This reminds us that by fostering divine qualities and vigilantly removing negativity, we pave the way for true freedom and inner fulfillment. Just as gardens flourish when weeds are removed, our lives blossom when we consciously choose virtues over vices, allowing our true nature to shine. This is beautifully echoed in chapter number 16, slogan number 5. Devi sambat vimokshaya nibandhaya asuri mata mashuta sampatam devim abhijadosi pandava. The divine qualities lead to liberation. Devi sambat vimokshaya. While the demonic nibandhaya asuri mata, bind one, grieve not, O Pandava, for you are born with divine virtues. Shloka number 9. Riya was a diligent student. During exam time, she had spent weeks preparing through thorough notes and felt confident about her studies. When a struggling classmate approached for help, Riya hesitated, fearing that sharing her notes might give her peer an edge in the competition. She chose to refuse. On the day of the exam, the questions focused on the very topics Riya had mastered. Her classmate, lacking guidance, failed. Yet Riya gained nothing more than a hollow victory. Her self-centeredness neither uplifted uplifted another, nor brought her by lasting satisfaction. This small act reflects a larger truth. When individuals act solely out of self-interest, disregarding the interconnectedness of all life and the presence of a higher purpose or originator, their thoughts, words, and actions become narrow, harmful. Such self-absorption not only isolates the individual, but can also create an environment where the well-being of others is neglected or even undermined. The Gita warns that unchecked selfishness and disregard for the greater good can lead to actions that are not only detrimental to others, but ultimately destructive to the world itself. This principle is powerfully articulated in shloka number 9. Yetam drishtim avashtabhya nashtatmano alpabuddhayah prabhavandya ugra karmana kshayaya jagato hita. Holding fast to such views of a pure materialist, these misdirected souls with small intellect and cruel action arise as enemies of the world, threatening to destruction. Selfishness, though it may seem to offer short-term advantage, ultimately harms not just others but also oneself. True fulfillment and progress arise when we act with awareness of our shared humanity and a sense of responsibility toward the whole. In nurturing generosity and compassion, we uplift both ourselves and those around us, fostering harmony and collective well-being. We remember one incident. This Jain, he used to go for this, what do you call this? Car race in Himalayas. From Wayanad to Himalayas, just imagine. Taking the jeep and going there. One friend accompanied him, who knows driving. When he came back, we asked, not only that he did not get any prize, but he was happy. Then the friend said, how can he win? During the car race, if any vehicle gets stranded or break down, he will immediately stop. He knows about automobile. He will attend to it. In total disregard to the fact that he has come all the way from Wayanad, driving the jeep to take part in the car race. Just imagine. It is not that when we are driving you find it. You have exclusively gone for this car race. And 3,000 or 4,000 kilometers, just imagine. I think it's 3,000. And then any vehicle. So I asked him, what is the purpose of your going? He said, I went there for car race, no doubt. But when somebody who doesn't know anything about automobile but driving, that's all, and joined the car race, if he held up, it's a common sense, we should help. He never regretted. So to him, a prize in car race is equal to his attending to someone who is in need of his service. Just opposite to this. Slogan number 12. Mr. Sharma was a senior government officer in Public Works Department. Over the years, he had developed a reputation, not for his efficiency, but for his fees on the side. Every contract he approves came with an unspoken price. Though he never flaunted it openly, his sudden rise in wealth, buying a large bungalow, multiple cars, sending his children abroad, was whispered about. His son Sunil grew up witnessing this lifestyle. Though Sharma never explicitly told him to follow in his footsteps, Sunil absorbed the mindset, if you don't take, you will be taken for a ride. When Sunil returned from US with an MBA and joined the high-profile procurement department in a public sector, the legacy continued. Vendors, knowing the family's reputation, started offering favors to Sunil too. Unlike his father, who was discreet, Sunil was bolder, accepting expensive gifts, vacations, direct transfers. When asked if he feared exposure, he would casually say, my father served 35 years, never got caught. This system rewards smartness. Eventually, an audit flagged suspicious transactions and the family's name surfaced in a corruption probe. During the investigation, it came to light that even Sharma's younger son Manoj, who worked in the municipal office, had been routing minor bribes through local agents. This is beautifully described in slogan number 12. Asha pasha sadayir baddha kamakrodha parayana ihande kamabhogartam anyayenartha sanjayan. Bound by hundreds of desires, given over lust and anger, they strive to accumulate wealth unjustly for the gratification of their senses. This verse aptly reflects the generational gap, the generational grip of desire-driven corruption when ethics are sacrificed for material gain. Unethical behavior, when unchecked, can become normalized in a family. Values like wealth are passed on. What we do silently becomes the spoken norm of the next generation. Somebody used to say, the life of the parent is the first textbook the son or the children read. The life of the parents is the first textbook the children first reads. Slogan number 13. A group of successful alumni, each well established in their careers, reunited to visit their beloved university professor. As they gathered, the conversation quickly turned to the pressures and stresses of modern work and life and the never-ending pursuit of more. Sensing an opportunity for a lesson, the professor went to the kitchen, returned with a large pot of coffee and a tray of cups, some porcelain, plastic, glass, crystal, exquisite, and some plain. He invited them to help themselves. As the alumni poured their coffee, the professor watched quietly. Soon he noticed that everyone had chosen the best-looking cups, leaving behind the plain ones. When all was settled, the professor spoke. Did you notice that all the nice-looking cups were taken, leaving behind the plain ones? It is normal to want only the best for yourself, and that is the very source of your stress and problems. The cup itself adds no quality to the coffee. In most cases, it even hides what we drink. You are conscious of the cup, not of the coffee. What you really wanted was coffee, not the cup. Yet you consciously went for the best cups and then began eyeing each other's cups. Life is the coffee. Jobs, money, position in society are the cups. They are just tools to hold and contain life. The type of cup does not define the quality of life we live in. Sometimes by focusing only on the cup, we fail to enjoy the coffee God has provided us. Like the alumni, we often focus on the cup's life, thinking that better jobs, bigger houses, fancier possessions will bring us fulfillment. But in the process, we forget to savor the coffee, the simple joys, essence of itself. This is reflected in slogan number 13. Idamadya mayalabdam idam prapsye manoratham idamasti tavavi me bhavishyati punardhanam. The dummy person, I have gained so much with wealth today and I shall now fulfill this desire of mine. This is mine, tomorrow I shall have even more. True contentment comes not from the external entrapments of life, but from appreciating and enjoying the essence of what we have. The Gita teaches us to look beyond material desires and comparisons and to find joy in the present moment. Don't let the pursuit of the perfect cup keep you from enjoying the coffee. Life's richness is in the experience, not the appearance. We go to the slogan number 21, 8th slogan in this. During an important online exam, Rohan noticed a simple way to cheat, using a second device to look up answers. The temptation was strong, and he reasoned that no one would ever find out. He gave in, finished the test with impressive scores, felt a fleeting sense of triumph. But when the results were followed by a viva, Rohan struggled to explain his answers. His hesitation and confusion were obvious. He lost the trust of his teachers. That one small lapse, born from a moment of temptation, revealed a deeper weakness. His integrity has been compromised, and the consequences extended far beyond a single test. Maya, on the other hand, was recovering from a serious health issue and had been strictly following her doctor's advice on diet. One evening, at a party, surrounded by friends and delicious food, she thought just a bite won't hurt. She indulged, ignoring her inner warning. The next day, her health took a turn for the worse, undoing weeks of careful progress. The momentary impulse, giving in to desire, cost her dearly, teaching her that discipline is easily lost but hard to regain. Both Rohan and Maya's experience illustrate. Then Maya, on the other hand,
Something is wrong.
eh?
Something is wrong.
We have to say Maya, like
Maya too.
both Rohan and Maya's experiences illustrate how desire, anger, and greed are like subtle traps we set for ourselves. Desire keeps us endlessly chasing after more, never satisfied with what we have. Anger clouds our judgment, damaging our peace and our relationship. Greed drives us to accumulate more, often at the expense of our well-being and values. If we do not learn to recognize and let go of these tendencies, they quietly pull us into a downward spiral of stress, regret, and restlessness. Sloka number 21 offers a warning. Trividam naragasyedam dwaram nashanam atmana kama krodas tatha lopa tasmadeda trayam tyajet. There are three gates leading to the hell of self-destruction for the soul: lust, anger, greed. Kama krodas tatha lopa. Therefore, one should abandon all three. Trayam tyajet. Okay. True inner freedom begins when we learn to say no to impulses. By consciously choosing discipline over desire, patience over anger, contentment over greed, we protect our integrity and well-being. The Gita reminds us that the path to a meaningful and peaceful life lies in mastering ourselves by closing the gates to self-destruction, opening the doors to lasting fulfillment. Shloka number 23, 9th one. One sultry night, Vandana's air conditioner suddenly gave up. No warning, no fuss, sleep was impossible. By morning she looked and felt like she had been through a tropical war zone. The mechanic arrived late, exuding quiet arrogance. Good brand, he said, half defensive. The best, he agreed, prying the unit open like a seasoned surgeon. What is the problem? Inquired Vandana. Air vents choked, filters dirty, fins clogged, with construction dust all over, it indeed regular servings. After an hour of tinkering, the AC roared back to life. As the cool air returned, Vandana smiled, realizing something deeper. Are not we like that too? With life's constant construction, duties, ambition, distraction, we forget to tend our inner system. Slowly our thoughts, emotions and intentions clog up, and then one day we shut down. That day, Vandana decided to begin each morning with a few minutes of honest inner cleaning, through silence, prayer or self-reflection. Her realization echoes the message of Shloka number 23. Yashastram vidimutsyaja vartate kamakarata nasasiddhyam avapnodi nasukam na param gatim. He,
What's the caption?
alignment. Like the AC, he who, having cast aside the ordinance of scriptures, acts under the impulse of desire, attains neither perfection, nor happiness, nor the supreme goal. Like the AC, without timely alignment and cleansing, we drift from harmony and from ourselves. Krishna warns that ignoring scriptural guidance leads to confusion and ruin. And the last one, sloka number 24. Neha was a brilliant student known for her academic excellence in marketing. She had devoured countless books, aced every theory exam, and earned the admiration of her professors. As graduation approached, two coveted internship offers landed on her desk, one from a prestigious, well-established firm with a big name, another from a small ambitious startup. The choice seemed obvious. Joining the renowned company would look impressive on her resume and win her instant approval from peers and family. Yet, as she weighed her options, Neha's mentor offered a different perspective. Don't just choose what looks best on paper. Go where you will actually apply and test what you have learned. Real growth comes from experience, not just reputation. This advice unsettled Neha. She realized her mind was subtly favoring comfort, security, allure of status over the genuine opportunity to learn and grow. Her decision making was being filtered through her desire and fears, not through true discernment. This is a common human tendency. Our minds are rarely impartial. They are colored by comfort, ego, desire, and past conditioning. What feels right in the moment is often just what we want to be right, not what is truly best for us. We risk making choices that serve our immediate preferences rather than our deeper purpose. The Gita, through sloka number 24, teaches us that when we let eternal wisdom, not just personal preference, guide our choice, we open ourselves to authentic growth, integrity, lasting sources. Tasma chastram pramanam te karya vyavastitau jnatva shastra vidhanoktam karma kartru iharhasi. Let scriptures be your authority in determining what should be done, what should not be done. Understand the scriptural injunctions and teachings, then perform your actions in this world. Here the mentor, Neha, after reflecting on her mentor's advice and the deeper purpose of her learning, chose the startup where she could truly put her knowledge into practice and grow from real-world challenges. When we look beyond fleeting preferences and consult the deeper principles that have stood the test of time, we align our actions with these higher guidelines, and then our decisions are not only wiser, but also more fulfilling and impactful. So that is how the 10 examples in one chapter. Fearlessness, Shantanu rescued the cobra. Adherence to truth, Papa was unwilling to enter the temple by telling a lie. Prakash's efforts to do good wherever possible without keeping track. Just like plants need nurturing, we need to cultivate virtues. Riya's refusal to help a student prepare for exams. Sharmaji's children become corrupt seeing his corruption. Life is the coffee. Jobs, money and position, society are the cups. By focusing only on the cup, we fail to enjoy the coffee. Rohan compromises his integrity during the exam, while Maya yields to the temptation of the pellet. Vandana's clogged air conditioner. Neha uses the internship that would help her apply her knowledge. We were going through this, the Asuri Sampat and Devi Sampat. All of us have faced such things in our life, or we have witnessed such things in our life. So we are trying to understand Bhagavad Gita through an example drawn from daily life. This first reading, without concentrating on the sloga, helps us to know this first. We should not stop with the first reading. Our second reading should also bring the sloga and meaning. Because then we can correlate this, Previously we were reading the sloga. We did not have any idea about example also. So we did not connect up also. So it remained as a knowledge. We learn by heart. Some of us may learn by heart, some of us may not. Some of us would have learned it when we were children. Like by heart, learning by heart. It has not gone deep into our mind. We have a superficial reverence, no doubt. But here the method is first examples. Because examples often stays. Because it is connected to our daily life, That is why it stays. It is not a theory. And then, after the first reading is over, we should try to go through the slogas. It's a tough job for elders, but still we will try. Because every chapter has got its own relevance in our life. We have found that. Every chapter when we take up, we feel this is very important, very important. Every chapter is important now. And this one to say, all of us are having this Devi Sampat and Asuri Sampat. Only the the degree proportion may be different. In some it may be 10 Devi and 90 Asuri. In some it may be 20-80. In somebody 60-40. In somebody it may be 80-10. So each one of us will watch for ourselves whether what has been explained through the examples. So that is the third stage. So first stage we try to go through the example. Second is we go through the sloka. Third, we go through our own life. What is happening to me? Then only the Gita study or Gita touch in daily life becomes complete. Otherwise, this will also become an academic exercise. And when we try to understand the sloga, when you split it, the words, probably we might be able to align ourselves with the meaning. And some of us, especially Hindi knowing people, Malayalam people, even Kannada people or Telugu people, these are all connected with Sanskrit. So when we split, to some extent we will be able to go along with the theme of the sloka. Abhayam sattva samshuddhi jnana yoga vyavastiti dhanam damascha yajnascha swadhyayastapa arjavam ahimsa satyam akrodam tyaga shantira vaishunam dayabhudeshu aloluptam mardavam hri achapalam Teja kshamadriti shaucham adroho nati manita.
Bhavanti, she's continuing.
Now what we are telling is, suppose you split, many of the meanings we might be able to know to some extent. Because all South Indian language, excepting Tamil, they are all connected to, in some form, to Sanskrit. So, having a Malayalam background, we find it, when somebody splits and chants, we might be able to get these themes. Though we may not know the grammar, but when we split, the word become little more clearer to us than the usual way of chanting. So this also may be noted, it should not be lost sight of in our Gita study in daily life. We should not neglect our attention on the shlokas. Every shloka we may not be. Because we don't know Sanskrit, we did not have any studies on those traditional way, joining an ashram and learning all these, Brahma Sutras. And so we don't have that. But when we started knowing about Bhagavad Gita, values welled up. Thoughts on values welled up. So we were searching which chapters give more importance. So second chapter gives, 12th chapter gives, 13th chapter gives, 16th chapter gives. In 13th chapter, so that we learnt by heart. Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Shanti, Arjavam, Acharyopasanam, Shaucham, Nityamatma Vinigraham, Indriyarteshu Vairagyam, Anahankaram, Evacha, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Dosha, Anudarshanam. See, we can understand that. Asaktir, Anabhishunga, Putra, Dara, Griha, Adishu. So when we try to understand that values stand for godliness. Goodness is godliness. Though God has given us both Asuri Sampath, in order to make us move towards Him, He gently directs us to concentrate upon these values. So when we started thinking, 16th chapter automatically comes to us. That's what we are trying to share. And then when those slokas, when we try to understand, we try not to just for the sake of, chanting. For the sake of, again, that is why we split and understand. Any shloka, it can vary from person to person, but this is our experience. When we get aligned to it, we try to split and understand. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha. See? We have not learned. But the alignment, But when the theme is aligned then we try to move closer to that slogan. This is another tangible gain of this experiment. Out of these 200, probably 50 or 60 slokas, we may have some direct access. Slokas in each chapter, suppose 1 or 2 or 3 slokas we read, that's a big gain. So the first reading, it can be, the emphasis can be on the example. Second reading of the same text should give us something more about the shloka and the meaning. And third reading should enable us to see how, what is my stock, balance sheet. Only that person will know his own balance sheet. Outsiders may say so many things about him, good or bad, but he knows what is inside. So this is also an important point today Papa is giving us, that this three-way attempt, Gita touch in daily life should enable us to go through this process, a triune path, and by which the last one will enable us to improve the quality. At least we know where we are and we try to improve wherever there is a field for improvement. Anyway, once more we can have a quick recap. Fearlessness, saving that cobra. Adherence to truth, Papa's going to the Badrinath. Prakash, the teacher, school teacher. Belong to one born with divine qualities. Okay. Teja Kshama Dhriti. Radiance, forgiveness, fortitude, purity, freedom from malice, and absence of haughtiness. Adroho Natimanita. Humbleness, Natimanita means humbleness. Bhavanti just note, we'll change that. Bhavanti Sampadam Devim Abhijatasya Bharata. Okay. Sloka number 3. And 5 virtues, plant needs, So weeding is also necessary. So one has to know this. Just like when I bring out a paddy field or a garden, weeding is a part of the cultural operation. Weeding means what? Removing the weeds. That is also a plant, But that will arrest the growth of the vital crop. It's one of the major operations in any agricultural field. Whether it is paddy field, whether it is coffee estate, whether it is tea estate, everywhere, you will find this periodical weeding, scuffling. So that is okay. Then selfishness, Riya, she refused to share, That is here. Misdirected souls with small intellect and cruel actions arise as enemies of the world. Kshayaya Jagato Hita. ലോകത്തിൽ അഹിതം ചെയ്ത് ജഗത്തിനാപത്തുണ്ട്. അത് ശരി. ക്ഷയായ ജഗതോഹിത. Okay. And then Sharma, corruption, greed. So bound by hundreds of desires. Asha, Pasha, Shadair, Bhatta. Kama, Krodha, Parayana. Ihande, Kama, Bhogartham. 12, sorry. Ashapasha Sadayirbadha Kamakroda Parayana Ihande Kamabhogartam Anyaya Varikudi, unrighteous ways, Artha Sanjaya. Those who have, when we split, we can definitely understand that. When we try to consolidate our earnings through unrightful means, exactly, that's corruption. Then here, coffee. Life is the coffee, the rest of the things are the cups. But we concentrate on the cups, not on the coffee. So here it is, Idamadhya maya labdam idam prapsye manoratham. I got this, I will try to do this. I have earned so much, I will again accumulate. Demonic person. We are not concentrating on the life. And then when we moved to the Rohan, noticed a simple way to cheat. One lapse, Maya also. So then, Trividham. Trividham Naragasyedam Dwaram. Nashanam Atmana. Kama, Krodha, Tadha, Lobha. These are the three gates leading to the hell of self-destruction. Naragasya. Trividham.
Triple gate to hell. Triple gate to hell.
Triple gate to hell. Okay. Therefore, one should abandon all these three. Trayam tejed. Tasmad edat trayam tejed. No, I was trying, people like us who don't know Sanskrit, but when we try to understand the meaning and go through the sloga, we will be able to understand the sloga better, we will be able to chant the sloga better. Tasmat edat trayam tejed. Tejed means you abandon. Okay. Tasmat, therefore. These three. And then the next one, alignment. Vandana's air conditioner. Because normally when equipment is given, they give you the, manual. According to the manual, servicing should be done, periodical certain cleaning should be done. So many things have to be replaced. If we neglect that, ultimately it will come to a stop. So he says that is called Shastra Vidhi. We need not limit ourselves. We should know that this was given 5,000 years ago and now we are in 2025. How can it be applied to everything? Suppose we buy a vehicle, we buy a cycle or anything like that, any machinery. Why machinery? Even a building. Anything. Otherwise it will get spoiled.
Even our own body.
Our own body, yes. So, he who having cast aside the ordinance of the scriptures, acts under the impulse of desire, attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme goal. And then Neha, well-established company and a new startup. In well-established company, your productivity, your potentiality may not have the full field to express. But in a startup, limited people, your creativity and potentiality will have ample opportunities to come out. Because the challenges will be there, you will start thinking and you will make a breakthrough and in the course you will. So this is what is mentioned here in the 24th. So what should we do? What should we not do? That we should try to understand. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Vyavastitau Jnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karmam Kartrumiharhasi. Let scriptures be your authority in determining what should be done, what should not be done. We go through the same chapter, when we try to understand the list of, in 3 slokas, the Devi Sampati is brought. And how many slokas for Asuri Sampati, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, only 3 for this. So many. Why? What could be the reason? He is cautioning us, number one. Then any other reason? What could be? We can assume, Lord Krishna is not telling us that you should say or you should not say. But our common sense now says, while he is listing out the whole thing in 3 slokas, Devi Sampat, he likes almost all the rest of the slokas for Asuri Sampat. Because the basic we have forgotten our original nature. So everything stems from me and mine. Everything stems from me and mine. Only through a satsang, by meeting a Mahatma who passes on to so many things to us, then only we try to understand. Otherwise, the me and mine predominates. Gauri Shankar Mama.
I'm always texting you.
So we take it right. We don't know whether it is said in any book. Why this so many, Because we started with Ajnana, So, until the Jnana comes, this Ajnanam predominates, me and mine. And what all this, how does this me and mine exhibit? So many slokas. Out of 23, 24. Out of 24 slokas, we can say 3 for this thing, 2 or 3 general topics, and rest of the things put together, 6 minus 24, 18. 18 slokas portray our real life, unknowingly. We can take it like that. Each one can, of course, draw inspiration. This is how we feel. Why should he keep on telling the same thing? 3 gates, Asha, Pasha, Sharaya, Baddha. I have gained this much, I will do more. All these things. So that is how the 16th chapter ends. On Monday we will have the 17th chapter. Tuesday there won't be anything. And Wednesday and Thursday we will have this 18th chapter. Thursday and Friday, No. Wednesday and Thursday we will have 18th chapter. And Friday, Saturday we will just go through. That's all. Then for the next 10 days there won't be any satsang. Again we have a big break, and then we should see whether we need homework or satsang. If satsang is needed, we can think about it. But because so many things are to be done.
From Tuesday, what is that?
We have got some program. And why that Tuesday program came now when we start thinking? We should all prepare for the 18th. 18th is the summary of the entire.
Quintessence of all the 17.
All 17 chapters. And finally makes us understand. We are given freedom to choose, okay. But at the same time, we try to recognize our ajnan, no? The me and mind tries to recognize that the me and mind fully, totally owes its existence to that higher power. So hence, subservience to that higher power is the only answer to get out from the bondage of me and mine. No other shortcut, no other way, no other remedy. So that is emphasized, and that is why in the 73rd sloka, that is the last sloka between Arjuna and Sri Krishna. Then Sanjaya closes it. So its last sloka he says, I am now clear of all my nashto moha, all my delusions, and I will exactly do as you have trained me. What karishye vachanam tava. Your vachanam, I will do that. I will abide by that. So that is the take-home message. So Papa now wants us, okay, 17 you go in Vande Bharat speed, put a stop, think about all these things. And if this 18 occupies your mind space, because there are about 78, we will be bringing about 20 examples, 1/3 at least, slightly more than 1/3. So that something will remain in us. And ultimately, when we pack, we should know that subservience to the higher power is the only way. Vinobaji puts it as, we should become zero. Very difficult. We can only read. None of us are going to become zero after 18th. But to what extent we can rise, we can check up. Hari Om. More about it day after tomorrow. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. Hari Om. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaskar.
Namaskaram, Swami. Pranam, Swamiji.
Pranam.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om.
One and all.